Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the State of Wrestling Address, brought to you by the shittest podcast in all of professional wrestling, the Wrestle Plug. It's awful. You shouldn't be watching it. If you are watching it, you're an idiot or a sadomasochist, or you're just watching it because you want to be upset by something edgy I'm going to say in the next hour, which is probably likely with some of the wrestling events that are coming up this weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Aeron Nix. I'm Egyptian, which means that I'm probably going to detonate or something. That's what you idiots think. I don't fucking care. Also joining me to fill out my ethnic quota for the week is the man who puts the wood in Bollywood. It is, of course, the man who prefers keema naan to Peshwari naan, which pretty much guarantees that he's a sex offender. It's Tanvir.
Hi everyone, I'm Indian. I like curry. I'll probably own a corner shop in the future. Hope everything's well.
Loving these stereotypes. Oh, can you imagine? That's on
Okay,
his
now.
Tinder bio. Hi, I'm Tanvir. I'm Indian. I like curry. On my Tinder bio, it just says Aloe Akbar, so it's all good. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us is, get over it, for fuck's sake, I'm Arab. People are actually offended. Oh, fucking, you can't be racist to yourself. That's so offensive. Shut the fuck up, white person. I don't care what your opinion is. Speaking of white people, none whiter than Scotland's finest. Well, half Scottish. Like, to be honest, I'm more Egyptian than he is Scottish. But ladies and gentlemen, yeah, and also the man who whinges at me apparently about the spelling of his name on his graphics, even though he actually has it spelled that way on his Instagram. It is, ladies and gentlemen, Sean McKenzie.
Boom.
Mac and cheese.
That's me.
Mac and cheese.
The quarter Scottish Sean Mac and cheese, macaroni and
Quarter
whatever
Scottish.
the
I thought you were
fuck.
quarter pounder.
with cheese.
It's double entendre because you're short.
Haha.
Yes,
It'd
he
be
is.
funny if you. I don't know what I was going to say there.
No idea. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, the man who this weekend will be wrestling MOS or Moose, depending on which demographic you lie in. Ladies and gentlemen, the reigning and defending BCD champion, one half of some tag team championship that nobody cares about. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, he's technically still the reigning and defending Savage Pro Wrestling champion, but no one's going to put that on their bio, are they? Let's be honest, because we have some self-esteem here, even us, at a terrible podcast like this. Probably why they put the belt on Sensational Simon, if we're being honest. Ladies and gentlemen, the history maker, the main event, the all-star assassin, the man with the girth so big that Genghis Khan himself took pointers. Ladies and gentlemen, Roger Sears.
Good
Oh
evening.
my.
Thank you very much.
I've noticed that Tanvir has completely stopped doing that dick suck thing he used to do just after it. There we go. He just completely stopped it. Now,
You
what
can
the fuck
tell
is
which
going on?
one. You can tell out of me and Tanvir who actually has sucked a dick, because I'm just like, whereas Tanvir is like, he's full sending. That man is full sending.
He's doing
I
that.
haven't, but I never have, to be honest. But
He's doing that
Well,
grapefruit method and all.
yeah, the
you say
grapefruit.
you say
learned
you
from
haven't
the grape-
sucked a dick, but I saw your ex. Yeah. I'm really going for a record of how many people I can offend this week. So if you are offended, turn off. By the way, it's 18 plus. It's kind of gimmicked, but I am a cunt. Legit.
Actually,
cunt.
you know what? If you are offended, send us all a message because we won't give a shit.
Don't send
We'll
me a
just leave you
message
off.
because I won't read it because I don't like you. Like, I don't care about your shitty opinions. And if you're an AEW fan, he's butthurt because, Nick doesn't watch AEW enough. Actually, I watch it every Friday with my mum. Very wholesome. I actually thought AEW Dynamite wasn't bad last week. It was all right. But I'm not going to review it because, well, no, he's not. No, he is not. Thank you for putting it in the messages, though. Fuck's sake.
I didn't want to
At least
mention
you
his name.
didn't just blurt it out like Mackenzie does.
Yeah, that's
so-
why I was like, I don't want to say it just in case. I'll type it.
You better not. I've got diarrhea as it is. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to discuss.
Great, I did the graps with you last night, for fuck's sake.
Exactly. And funnily enough, now I have diarrhea and I didn't have it last night. Weird that. Ladies and gentlemen, yeah. Yeah, graps, diarrhea. Speaking of diarrhea, Money in the Bank. WWE Money in the Bank was on Saturday. Yeah. WWE presents WWE Money in the Bank from Toronto, Canada. Carl Wilkinson would have gone, but he's got no legs. He's got diabetes. So I think that's like the third person I'm pissed off. We'll keep going. Keep a checklist. Ladies and gentlemen, I assume everyone here watch Money in the Bank?
I watched the highlights.
You watched the highlights.
You
I watched the
poor
highlights,
sod.
yeah.
Or did you go on Match of the Day or something, did you?
No, well, I would have watched it, but I had the Ring Wrestling Stars Rumble, and then I didn't get
flex
back
alert.
till...
Flex
And then I
alert.
think-
Oh, I had a booking.
And then I didn't get back
Fucking
home
joke.
till about 11 o'clock, and then I had work at 6 a.m. the next morning, so I thought, fuck it, I'm just going to go to bed. and I'll watch it the next day.
Wonderful. All right. Well, Money in the Bank took place in Toronto, Canada this past weekend. There were 5 matches on tap for you, and we are going to review them right now, starting with the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, which Tanvir correctly stated would be won by Drew McIntyre. That's exactly what he did. Drew McIntyre successfully won Money in the Bank and then had the rest of his evening ruined, as we'll speak about a little bit later. In fact, about half an hour from the end of this match. So Drew McIntyre defeated Andrade, Carmelo Hayes, Chad Gable, Jey Uso, and LA Knight. Good match.
I enjoyed it. I found it a lot of fun. There was one spot I loved that you hated, and that was Gable suplexing the ladder. I really liked that.
Bollocks. Pure bollocks. Like, I expect that from not serious wrestlers. Chad Gable is a very, very, very impressive wrestler. So I'm like, why are you suplexing a ladder? And also, I wouldn't have minded so much if he hadn't gone, yeah, because that's so much heavier than, Ivar or whatever ludicrous super heavyweight you've Germaned before. Yeah, don't like it. Bit of a kayfabe bust. I also don't like him just suplexing big guys just for the sake of it, just because it looks cool. Like, maybe once or twice a year. He seems to be doing it every week. Don't like it. No, angry old man here yelling at clouds, British Jim Cornette. I get called a lot. Like, yeah, sorry, I like my wrestling to still be slightly real. Fake shit. That's what it was.
It was one of those things where it was pretty cool when he did it at WrestleMania with Braun Strowman. And it was pretty cool when he did it a couple of times.
Because it's WrestleMania. Do it at WrestleMania. It's like Randy Orton does not do crazy RKO spots every week. He saves them for the big shows. Or the big events. It's just, I mean, I should be grateful. Chad Gable's obviously being pushed a bit more. Plus, he overcame death, which is pretty cool. So, whatever. Rog, happy with the men's Money in the Bank ladder match?
Yeah, as a match overall, there were only ever 2 people that were in the running to win it, to be honest, weren't there? It was either Jey Uso or Drew McIntyre, because Carmelo Hayes, as great as he is, it's too soon. Andrade just feels a little bit flat since his return. And in all honesty, as far as I'm concerned, they've totally dropped the ball with LA Knight. They should have pulled the trigger much sooner. They haven't. They're never going to, because they've just left it too long, I think. And if they do pull the trigger, it'll be like, well, this is too little, too late. Personally, I'm a little disappointed in who won it, and I feel they've wasted the whole concept of the match purely because of what happened later in the night. I feel like it was just a waste and just used to further a story that did not need it. So, but the match was good. But I'm disappointed with the result. That's all.
Sean McKenzie, any thoughts on the men's Money in the Bank?
Yeah, I sort of agree with what everyone has said. Especially with dropping the ball with LA Knight. Especially with dropping the ball with LA Knight, because if there was any time for LA Knight to win it should have been last year, and then they put it in again this year for that fact of, is he going to win it? Is he not?
Massive jobber
again. And then it's just with everything that happens the rest of the night, the men's Money in the Bank for this year now just means nothing because of what happened.
Yeah, Drew McIntyre. I personally thought the match was a bit dull. Would have given it about 2.5, 3 max. Stars or genders, depending on how you want to look at it. We used to have a gender rating way back when. It was genders and Bollywood boys. So you get 3 genders and the Bollywood boy. You can work it out for yourselves.
What call it now?
I don't know. 3 Redmonds and a Mackenzie. Check.
3 Morgans and a Stratton.
At least, I mean, I'm not insulting Joel Redmond. I'm just insulting Mackenzie because Joel Redmond is a fully sized human being and Sean McKenzie is clearly not. But it is what it is. That's why he's called Leprechaun McKenzie to most people. I'm sure you stick with that, by the way, guys. It would be awful if everyone just kept repeating that over and over while they wrestled. Anyway, the men's Money in the Bank ladder match was, I thought, really mid. I didn't think it was that exciting at all. I've seen I've watched pretty much every ladder match because I'm old in WWE history, all the way back WrestleMania 10, even before that with Brett and HBK. And it's just, I don't give a shit. All these spots, they don't mean anything anymore. I felt sorry for Andrade. He put himself through an unbelievable amount of pain in this match for nothing. Like that's the only way he's going to get noticed because he's, I don't know, custom Mexican wrestler number 17 according to WWE. He's nothing as a face. He's terrible. Nobody cares. Like, like fucking. I never even liked the angle that much, but a part of me really wished that JBL was on commentary just to yell at him for being Mexican because it would have spiced him up. Fucking Mexicans up the bottom now. Like, I still remember JBL One Night Stand when he got mic'd up. Anyone who has the chance, if you can get hold of it, there's a special WWE DVD of One Night Stand 2005, and on the alternative commentary, you can have JBL who is live. You can't get it anymore because it's super offensive because he makes loads of gay jokes towards Orlando Jordan. He's very homophobic because it's JBL. One Night Stand 2005. You'll have to buy it. You can't download it.
I don't know if I've got the DVD or not. I don't know if it's 05 or 06.
Yeah. See, like obviously Rogers is a master of the arts, but yeah, it's he's obviously part of the WWE Invaders, and there's a point where Rey Mysterio, because Rey Mysterio actually has a match against Sabu, I think. I think it's Sabu the first one, isn't it? Oh no, it's Psychosis, wasn't it? Yeah,
no,
Psychosis.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's bloody dreadful, that match. Like probably the worst match I've ever seen Psychosis have. And during the match, JBL just stands up and holds his ticket up and goes, "I've got a ticket, you creepy little Mexican." I'm just like, okay. It's very funny because it's just so stupid. He's literally Donald Trump before Donald Trump's. Great stuff. Or insert any number of my white parents.
He was totally blottoed though, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was absolutely great.
Face.
Yeah. You can hear him hitting on the that he made, can't you? The whoever the maitre d' or whatever he's got. He's like, "Hey, honey, get me a cocktail for Jordan." I'm like, "Come on, bro. You're not even trying at this point." But yeah, I thought the match was mid. I personally thought it was a bit dull, and I didn't care that Drew McIntyre won, and I certainly didn't care about 2 matches later. I'll tell you what else I didn't really care about was Sami Zayn defeating Bron Breakker for the IC title in a decent, but I don't know what this is. They've got this format with their pay-per-views where they seem to have a Raw main event in the middle of the card for no reason. This was your Raw main event. Whereas like, yeah, this is great. And this would have been fantastic on TV. But for pay-per-view, didn't mean much. It's nice that Bron Breakker had a high-caliber pay-per-view match. I don't think he's hurt too much by losing just because... But me and Roger said this. I'm sure Roger will still agree with me. Like, where do you go with Sami Zayn? Like, there's nowhere for him to go since he won at Mania. I don't care. Like, I don't care anymore. I saw him have his big moment. That was awesome. Get the belt off of him because he doesn't need it anymore.
It's the same as last year's Mania, though, isn't it?
When they won the tag titles.
When the tag titles and what happened straight after, no idea what to do with him or where to go. And it's just rinse and repeat. They've done exactly the same thing just as a singles this year.
Whereas Owens, infinitely more interesting in the main event without a belt. So it kind of shows that the belt doesn't always make the man, and the man doesn't always make the belt either. Sami Zayn doesn't need a belt. Like, if anything, it would have been actually much better to put the belt on Braun. This would have been a nice little stunner because everything else was kind of predictable, apart from the women who knocked it out of the park, as we're about to speak about. Tanvir, what did you think of Sami Zayn versus Bron Breakker?
Well, it was a fine match, but repeating what you guys said, I think instead it would have been better if Bron won here, because then maybe he could set up something, maybe Bron v Sheamus or like just heavy hitting matches, but also get Bron more experience of like, okay, you're still new to this, but now you've got the workhorse title, so now it's time to put in the work and like get more reps.
Yeah, what do you think, Mackenzie? You remind me of Bron Breakker.
I mean, like, it's that kind of thing of like Sami Zayn is literally nothing, but he gets that little like walkout of like, cheer, and his music is pretty hype, especially in a crowd where they were, because it was his hometown. So fair enough, he gets to win his hometown, but there's nothing there. There was nothing there really before he won the gauntlet to be the number one contender at WrestleMania. That was kind of like he stole Chad's spot. And then they sort of hyped up him with this whole Rocky underdog kind of thing. But now he's won the belt. He's not an underdog anymore because he's got that mid-card belt. So what do you do with him? You put him in these Raw main event matches on pay-per-views, or PLEs as they're called now. And that's it. That's all you fucking do with him. there's no point in him having that IC belt anymore if he's not going to make it something like what Miz and Gunther did.
Yeah, like I like the symmetry of it. Yeah, no, I agree. Like, I don't care. I don't care. I don't really care about Braun either, which is annoying because I really like Braun. I also am so pissed off with the Braun break, and I just change it into Braun Steiner.
Yeah.
It's really not that. Or just call him his real name, which is Rex Steiner. Like, Vince is gone. It's all right. Don't have to freak out now. Like, he's busy shitting on his own head, I imagine, at this point. So, like, fucking just like, no, fuck off. It's tedious.
And we all know who he is anyway, right?
Yeah.
We all know.
I mean, what's it matter?
He talks like a Steiner. He acts like one. He dresses like one. And he certainly wrestles like one.
Yeah.
Frankenstein is cool as shit. I'll tell you what, though, milking that very quickly, aren't they? He's been doing that a lot already.
He's been doing it like every match. I'm like,
I should not be doing that every match. This, that should be a WrestleMania worthy moment.
Yeah.
Like, maybe a standing one, fine. But doing it off top rope like that, which looks cool as shit, come on, bruv. Like, wasting. And also the table spotter, he comes off the apron. It's cool, but it's like you're doing it every match. Just, it's fucking terrible, actually. Like, I'm not enjoying the way they're booking him whatsoever. And I personally thought this match was a bit mid again. Damian Priest versus Seth Rollins. Obviously, Drew McIntyre cashes in. He then gets cost his cash in by CM Punk. The Hoy, which, by the way, was exactly what I said was going to happen. But I picked Carmelo Hayes to win just to be different, which is so retarded. But, it is what it is. So there are two talking points. CM Punk ruining Drew McIntyre's good time again, and also ruining, by proxy, the concept of the male cash-in. So that's gone. So, no, a full year without a cash-in. Great. But there's also the wonderful nuanced point of Damian Priest neglecting to kick out painfully.
I think that has to be like a production issue, because that was probably the plan. Like, okay, you're going to do this, and then Drew's going to come out at 2 to distract the referee, but I think they mistimed it. So,
well, yeah, you can clearly see that he's looking for because there's a flash, isn't there? And there's the cue for the music. So the production don't hit the music quick enough.
Yeah.
But,
at the
as a
same
professional
time, he should have
wrestler,
got a fucking shoulder up.
Yeah.
Exactly. You should be aware of that. I don't know. Well, my question for the panel, so to speak, is because WWE is so micromanaged and so produced, is it more WWE's production team that's at fault than Damian Priest? Because if you're told, hey, this guy will come out at this point, kudos if you do kick out. But if he thinks shit and kicks out, but the music does play, then all of a sudden he looks like a right fucking pillock. So it's like, you're kind of jammed in the middle. He's basically in the Gareth Southgate role. He's fucked either way.
I think the thing is, though, it wasn't even off a finish. It was off the Falcon Arrow. If it was off a finisher, like Rollins hit the stomp or something, then it would have been worse.
Probably because they're trying to protect both guys' finishes.
Yeah, but because it was the Falcon Arrow, I'm like, Damien could have kicked out of the Falcon Arrow because that's not Seth's finish.
At the same time, I agree with that about protecting the finishes and it not being either the South of Heaven or the curb stomp, even the pedigree. It's always that firm thing, like even the WWE, the referee is like the main, even the wrestlers the main guy in that match, obviously, but the referee is the one that calls what happens. So if a wrestler doesn't kick out, that comes down to the wrestler. The referee has counted a 3. So realistically, the referee, in my opinion, shouldn't have stopped at 2 thinking, he did kick out and call a 2 count. The referee should have just gone 1, 2, 3, ring the bell, and Seth Rollins is champion for like a couple of minutes, and then Drew's music hits. It would have looked a lot better if it went that way rather than Damien's shoulders laying flat.
But then you've also got your world heavyweight champion pinned by a Falcon Arrow, looking like a complete bitch.
Yeah.
To be fair, in the indies, where it's easy because it's not TV, so we don't have to worry about it. Obviously, Roger will know, and so will you, Sean, as a referee. But I've refereed a fair amount of times, to be fair now. But it would be on the ref. Absolutely, it would be on the ref. It's your job to count, and if someone's shoulder doesn't come up, you have to count. Because if you just go, expecting a kick out, done it. You know what? It's always on the wrestler to kick out, and it's on the referee to count free.
Because we
Simple
were
as
at
that.
a Rev Pro show where an incident happened where the ref did count to 3, done his job, and the wrestler got pissed off.
Yeah, Josh Bowden got pissed off and beat the shit out of the ref. Yeah,
Yeah.
Really?
don't
Fucking
worry.
hell.
I'm pretty sure the statute of limitations is out on that. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Good
like,
brother
yeah, we were both.
Delanzo with the video, mate.
Well, both me and Delanzo recorded it, but I didn't want to put it online for that reason.
Shit.
But yeah, like that was, yeah, I remember that night very well. That was
Yeah.
Josh Bowden and Shah Samuels versus Aussie Open for the Rev Pro tag titles. The referee counted 3 because Bowden didn't get his shoulder up, even though he was meant to. Bowden goes off script, shoots on the ref afterwards, beats him up on the outside.
Yeah, and Shaw had to calm
Get
him
shit.
down.
Shah got shit canned for a little while as well because he scoop slammed the ref, and it was clearly a work to try and get some heat. But yeah, he got clobbered for it as well, but not nearly as bad as Bowden, who obviously shot on the ref. So the footage is readily available if anyone does want to watch it on YouTube. But I'm not gonna fucking give it the time of day on here. It's difficult. I just didn't like the match from a storytelling perspective. At this point, I already feel like CM Punk is the heel in this angle.
Yeah.
And like, this is the thing. Like, okay, I'm not the biggest CM Punk fan. Don't mind him. I've enjoyed his mic work, especially since he's come back. I'm glad that he's in WWE and not AEW, where he could be used relatively better, because AEW is a joke in terms of using people like him. And they're still, by the way, fun little story on the side. AEW currently has a banning order where people are not allowed to have signs of CM Punk or any merch of his, even if it's been produced by AEW in the past.
Jesus Christ.
So that's how fragile Tony Khan is. He's a little bitch.
Fucking hell.
I ain't getting a job from him, so I can say that you're a fucking little bitch. That's what you are. You're a fucking pussy. Yeah, simple as that, really. Yeah, I hate the angle because CM Punk just comes across as a dickhead at this point. You can say, "Oh, Drew McIntyre's running around with my 15-cent bracelet around, and it's got my wife's name and my dog on it." I'm like, "Oh, fuck me. Yeah, that would send me over the edge." It's a fucking bracelet. And also, the reason he took it is because you were a cunt in the first place.
Yeah.
It kind of all goes back to you being a cunt. Like, I get it. It's a work, so it's fine. And, you know, if you were trying to kind of get him over as a heel, I actually think it'd be great storytelling. But actually, I'm just like, great, every Drew McIntyre thing, every moment he has now, I'm going to be like, okay, where's Punk? Here comes Punk. Here comes Punk again.
If anything, there's more sympathy for Drew McIntyre in this situation because he's the one that's been fucked over countless of times. But yeah, people seem to still cheer for CM Punk. I don't understand
their reaction.
Why
people are going to cheer for CM Punk because he's a bigger star. Like, it might hurt people to say that, but he's clearly a bigger star than Drew McIntyre. He has a much, much bigger amount of clout. And also, they're going to cheer for him because he's a renegade and he's different, you know, and that's fun. That's why they cheered for him in the first place. CM Punk has never been that good, ironically, in my opinion. Like, when he was massive in 2012, 2011, that kind of region, when he won Money in the Bank and all that sort of stuff, and the infamous, he had some infamous moments, you know, defending the title in Chicago, even though he's meant to be a heel. It was great. Yeah, the pipe bomb is all right. I've heard better promos personally.
Yeah.
You know, there's been a lot of cool things, but it's that thing of, yeah, he was kind of over because everyone else was really shit. That was a bad period to watch wrestling. Really bad. You know, you had Ryback versus Camacho, you know, on the mid-card of pay-per-views.
You're John Laurinaitis, man.
Exactly. Yeah, that was fucking AIDS is what that was. So, you know, you got a lot of stuff where you're just like, okay, cool. You know, I knew that you knew this was going to happen, though. Everyone knew it. It was so obvious. As soon as he came out, I was like, here we go. Here we go. And also, you know, he's cashing in halfway through the show. Like, nah.
Because Drew even said it on Raw. He's like, if I win Money in the Bank, I'm cashing it in that night on the. So as soon as he did that, I'm like, yeah, he's sticking to his word, and Punk's gonna.
But CM Punk comes out on Raw the next night and says, "I was trying to get my pound of flesh." At this point, you're beating a dead horse ferociously with a mallet. That's what you're doing.
You screwed him over 3 times. What pound of flesh?
That's the thing. He's had his pound of flesh already. He had his pound of flesh at WrestleMania, and he had his pound of flesh at Clash of the Castle. There is no more pound of flesh. He wants his pound of flesh. What? Because his fucking bracelets have been stolen by a Scottish maniac. Fucking grow up and get some more bracelets from Poundland.
It's on storytelling, though, isn't it? It's on storytelling. Because Drew McIntyre's reactions aren't as good. What, he beats him up in Chicago behind a shutter door and then takes his bracelet? That's his reaction for losing in his hometown in front of his family? Like, they're not even. they not like, he should have done something really horrific, like put him out of action for another 6 months or something to make
Yeet
it
the dog.
really strike home.
Eat the dog, Jesus
No,
Christ.
yeet
Yeah,
the dog.
just kill it. Roger Sears, what can be done really to make this work? It's got to be Hell in a Cell anyway, surely, isn't it? They can't just have a match.
Yeah,
Bad blood.
No, they can't just have
First
a
blood
full
match.
can they?
That's a match type I've not seen in ages. First blood.
Because blood isn't
Maybe
really acceptable
maybe that's
anymore.
the point of maybe that's the point of bringing back Bad Blood as a PLE.
Yeah, and Punk was
So
bled,
they
wasn't he?
can put those two. They put those two in the main event. And, yeah, all out war. Maybe.
Yeah. I hope Drew
I can't.
batters him personally.
Yeah.
Drew's not going to though. Punk's probably going to go over,
Nah.
which in
Yeah.
Punk
turn,
looks like a
so.
cheat meal for Drew, to be honest.
yeah, he kind of does.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm not feeling it. What I am feeling is the women's division, which is bloody excellent. Tiffany Stratton won the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, beating Chelsea Green, Io Sky, Lyra Valkyria, Naomi, and is it Tony Storm or Zoe Stark? Zoe Stark. So yeah, forever and a day, Mackenzie. Yeah. So congratulations. By the way, myself and Roger Sears had Tiffany Stratton because we're connoisseurs. Yeah, she's also. Excuse me. You were what?
Close.
Oh, you were
Chelsea
close.
Green.
You were
Chelsea
close.
Green.
You were close in a predicted sport. Congratulations, a predetermined sport. Like, it's not really a flex, is it? I was close to guessing who might win. Yeah, doesn't really work that way. Yeah, Tiffany Stratton won in what was easily match of the night. It wasn't even close. Like these women absolutely battered the shit. By the way, AEW, laughable your women's division by comparison. Holy cow. Yeah, this was stunning. And also, by the way, not a single mainstream women's star in this matchup. You notice that? No Bianca Belair, no Jade Cargill, no Becky Lynch, no Bayley, no Charlotte Flair.
It was a breath of fresh air. Complete breath of fresh air, in my opinion, to have all these people that are like, they've worked their fucking asses off to be put in this position. And, whoever wins it is good on them because that's their guarantee for a title shot. It was a breath of fresh air to not have any of these fucking, same people we've seen as women's champions in that match.
Because the only two, because if we're talking mainstream, who were on Mania this year were Io and Naomi, right? Here in this match. Because I know Naomi was in the 6 women's match and Io Sky v Bayley. So
Yeah,
those are the only two.
yeah.
But I get what you mean, like main.
Yeah, but they're not they're not mainstream stars, not compared to they're not marquee talents. They're just not. But that's the whole point of this match is to create marquee talents, which is why the women's division works beautifully here, and also all these women can work so well. Well, apart from Chelsea Green, who's terrible. I'm joking. It's all right. The gimmick is too cheesy for me to be like, yeah. Like, if she'd won, I would have been like, oh fuck. Like, they did it very well. Whereas, like, it was like Santino in the Rumble. You thought, oh my god, okay, sensibility did prevail eventually. Although that overall for me was still a bigger buzz than what Chelsea Green has done here. Tiffany Stratton is by far and away the right winner for me. Yeah, and also she's fucking hot, like fucking ball-bustingly hot, to the point where I would eat my own shit, like hot as fuck. I don't give a fuck. I'm not apologizing for that. So, and Armina Lily called me a slut today, so she can kiss my arsenal.
Tally that one and tally that one. We're on 6 at the moment.
Pretty much. Yeah, like seriously. Never mind. Obviously I'd love to eat her ass, but I'd frankly eat my own ass just for the opportunity. So,
that counts.
I'm
7?
not apologizing.
Should I do 6? 7?
What is my anus on the list? Like, Tiffany Stratton's going to be raging when she watches this, mate.
Should we do 6.5 then? Maybe, I don't know.
6. I'll do 6.5. Absolutely. But the point and bottom line is she's amazing. She does everything well. By the way, like that's the thing about her is you look at her. If you'd seen her, you're like, here we go. It's another diva. And then you watch her wrestle, you're like, holy shit, so much better than most. Because she's a legitimate athlete, of course, a collegiate athlete. So that obviously helps tremendously. But talk about somebody who just gets it better than anybody else and gets crazy good heat. Give it a few months. She's going to be 2 over, I reckon. They're going to have to turn her. because
Yeah.
people just like her too much. People are already freaking out over Tiffy time. It's easy. Her promos are great. They've even made Nia Jax a more believable monster heel by having her as the gobshite kind of enforcer for her.
Yeah.
So, everything worked perfectly. Match was fantastic.
Can we just quickly go over Io Sky murdering Zoe Stark? Fucking
sure.
hell, that spot
Fucking
was
hell.
insane.
Yeah.
Zoe Stark is, I will say this, he's very, very good at getting shellacked. Like, she takes a hell of a kicking. Like,
She makes it believable as well, and she
looks like a fighter, doesn't she?
Yeah, I think it's like an old Vince Adamism too of that. Yeah, she looks like a fighter, but she also looks like someone who you'd like want to punch in the face a bit. Like,
you want to punch Zoe Stark in the face?
No. She's got like one of those punchable faces. Not me.
To be fair, equal rights, equal fights. All right. Everyone's out here saying like, equality, blah 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 blah. If a woman's a really good heel, you should want to punch her in the face, right? Whether you're a woman or a man. That's the whole point. And back in the day, I imagine if I went up to Zoe Stark and said, "Yo, my friend hates your character so much that he feels like he should punch you in the face," she'd probably be like, "Good, that's my fucking job." Yeah. But we're so sensitive now. Like, what you bet? It's like, he's not advocating beating up a woman. He's just saying he hates her because she's a heel. That's the whole point of it. But but if you say it about a man, it's fine. Okay.
What about a femboy?
Is that a separate tally for the amount of people that Tanvir's
I was going to say Tanvir's going to need it. Like, well, he just said femboy, so you can put down the fucking.
That's two.
You can put down the effeminate sexual community of males on that.
Right, so we got 2 for Tanvir, 6 for Nix.
Yeah, 6 for Nix.
Hey,
I like it.
It's the Nix, baby. Let's go. It's the Nix.
Shut up, Tanvir. So get back to your wrists. Yeah, fantastic match, brilliant. Not much else to add. Go back to What does it really count? I don't know.
6.5.
Yeah, like we're going for names here, not just general insults.
Tanvir's doing the fucking action. That's like 3 for Tanvir.
Trust me, mate. We haven't even got into general news. Then I'll start fucking getting the tally up. But yeah, speaking of keeping the tally up, the main event was the Bloodline going over Cody Rhodes and RKO, which is of course Randy, Kevin Owens. Which would actually be a really good gimmick. It's Randy Kevin Owens just runs around trying to hump everybody's leg.
It's ectoplasm. It's ectoplasm.
Yeah, the ectoplasm. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that ain't no Casper the Friendly Ghost in his pants. It was a match. It was the main event. It went on for 25 minutes. It was a good exhibition of what these guys can do. And overall, unsurprisingly, the Bloodline came out on top because that's the whole point here. So we can slow burn towards Bloodline versus Bloodline because we even had Jey Uso back on SmackDown recently. It was very well done, actually. And obviously, Paul Heyman's dead. So, that works too. Right, I'm going to go and have a shit. You three, tell the world what you think of this match. So, cool. You got about 3 or 4 minutes, give or take, depending.
Cool.
All right, crack on, boys.
Right.
Roger, I'll let you take the helm because you're in charge. Shut up, Sean.
You can't let me take that.
Well, if there's one thing I am going to say about it, and I have seen it a lot, I can't remember which of the brothers it was. Tangaloa, where he did the low blow, and he kind of hesitated. Yeah, I've been in that position where I hesitated before. The match that I refereed, Paul Robinson versus Jack Torino, Phoenix Pro Wrestling, be live on YouTube soon. I hesitated taking the chair off of him after the match was over. I've been in that position where you hesitate when you know you're supposed to do something. You're like, oh shit, is it time? Is it not? I've been in that position plenty of times. I've hesitated. It happens. But then I see when he does go for it, he proper clobbers.
Yeah, he clonks Tama on the head.
Tama, whichever one of the fucking longest it is.
I love Tama. Tama's my favorite.
Just clobbers him on the head, and you see Kevin selling the low blow, and then you see his face like he's just had a fucking orgasm at Creams or something like that. It's one of those things. Like, I think Botchamania is going to have a field day, but
I think I'm going to watch it back. But do we all feel that Jacob Fatu had like a good showing here, or because this was like his debut? We know these other guys, but this is Jacob's debut. You've got to get Jacob over now.
Even when he debuted and he just came out super kicking everyone, and with that fucking face that he had, I was like, oh fuck, this guy actually like looks scared. Like you see fucking Tama Tonga in the back, like doing like he's got rabies or something. But then he comes out, Jacob Fatu comes out, and he actually just looks, he doesn't blink. It's like he doesn't blink. His eyes are like about to pop out of his eyelids, and he's just looks like a fucking menace.
The commentators put him over huge like that as well, though, didn't they?
Yeah.
They were constantly talking about what a nutter he was and things like that.
Wasn't his indie name like the Wolf or something like that?
Samoan Werewolf.
That was it, Samoan Werewolf.
Yeah. I mean, Jacob's great, and I think with Tama and Tanga, like someone made the joke, and I can kind of relate to it, of like, now that in WWE they can't swear throughout their promos like they would in New Japan. Like, I still remember Tangaloa's first New Japan match, and he broke the record for the most amount of swears in a match because he kept saying, "Come on, you motherfucker, you fucking bitch," like to Honma and everyone, and you're like, Jesus Christ, the state of it.
Jesus Christ! I mean, obviously, if he gets drafted to Raw, when Raw goes to Netflix, he's got free fucking reign. But
did you hear what Pat McAfee said on Raw commentary this week?
Yeah, he was like,
he's built like a brick shit house, and just after
they're slowly.
I'm so sorry.
I think they're slowly weaving in that whole 18+ thing, like the whole uncensored side of it. I think they're really weaving it in now.
Who do you think the first C word? Like the moment they go to Netflix, what Roman's just like solo.
I mean, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure in one of there was like an old Roman Reigns promo, and he's like, "He must be really stupid," and then afterwards, I'm pretty sure he mumbled the N word with the mic away. Like, he moved the mic away, and he said, "I can't." It's like I'm pretty sure he said it. Sounded like he said it. Like, if he did, fair enough. But if he didn't, fair enough. But yeah, again with this match, they're really doing a great job with this new bloodline, or bloodline 2.0, whatever you want to fucking call them. They're doing a really good job at making them this main staple, heel faction. They're doing a fantastic job with it.
Nix isn't here, or it would have popped in. I'm like, we had the bloodline. Is this bloodline next generation?
I feel like that's a reference that you and Nix would get, and it's something me and Roger are missing.
Nix loves Star Trek.
Oh, yeah, I've watched Star Trek Next Generation. I actually enjoyed Star Trek Next Generation. That was the one with oh fuck, that's the one where they hold on. Star Trek Next Generation.
He's back.
How did you get on, boys?
We got on all right. I made a joke that would have popped you.
Yeah? Okay, well, I'll watch it back, mate. I'll watch it back. Okay. I left you unsolicited for about 5 minutes, and I have to say my toilet looks like a Savage Pro Wrestling booking sheet right now.
That's number 8.
God. Oh, God.
Do not go in there. Savage Pro and my toilet. Ladies and gentlemen, so that was money.
Keep that as 8.
That was money in the bank. I'm glad you guys enjoyed yourselves, and I look forward to whatever racial. By the way, if anything was severely offensive in the last 5 minutes, I have absolutely no understanding of what they might have said, and I can't be asked to edit it. So, if Roger said something untimely about ethnic people, I apologise. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Next, I have a question.
You have a question?
Yeah, that I posted the other two. When WWE go to Netflix, who do you think is going to be the first person to drop the C word?
He means cunt.
Yeah.
You can say cunt on this podcast.
Jesus Christ, Hanby.
Yeah,
I don't care. Yeah, I was thinking maybe it's something different, like colonization. I don't know. By a continent.
Cauliflower.
Yes, cauliflower. My arsehole looks like cauliflower right now. I'll tell you that much. Fucking hell. Oh dear. Don't know how these people survive on a vegan diet. Fuck that noise. Who's going to drop the C-bomb? Probably CM Punk. He seems like the person most likely to buck the trend and do it. Or if The Rock comes back, he might do it. Final boss, you fucking cunt. So I can see him just going full hell for leather. It also depends on Netflix, really, doesn't it? Are Netflix going to be a lot more stricter about this programming? Like, you know,
I've heard reports that when they move to Netflix, it's going to be completely uncensored. Like they can go full ham on it.
The thing is, they won't do because it will alienate their younger product. So what they'll probably do, I mean, if they like what they would be. See, this is what annoys me when you have something like WWE Speed, which by the way is trash. It's just velocity, but the matches are quicker. Now I get it. It's for people who don't like long matches. Very smart concept. Instead, do an 18+ show for an hour. Do like something crazy hardcore. Something that, you know, have like an off-brand VCW, not like the fucking hot garbage abortion they had in 2005. I mean, an actual fucking full send. Like, have Drew McIntyre come out and go, oh, where the fuck is CM Punk? I'm going to rape him, the little cunt. Like, just fucking go for it. Like, just fucking full set. I'm obviously not advocating sexual assault in any manner, but it's that thing of like, yo, I'm just going to come out, you know, just fucking go hardcore with it. Go 18+. Start smashing each other in the head with chairs. Fuck it. Let's full send it and let's have another fucking dogs in the enclosed pool area moment. Come on, it's like, you know, that's kind of what we're looking for.
I feel like there is definitely a market for WWE 18+. There is something there that could definitely happen.
I think you can find the right balance. Well, all jokes aside, like obviously don't go full Chris Benoit, but you know, at the same time, like there's got to be a balance there. You could provide something edgier, like Attitude Era Raw was. Where it was like, you know, like let's have some scantily clad women, you know, let's have a little bit of flesh on display. Let's have some, you know, some not, you know, because their idea is probably like, oh, John Cena making penis jokes. It's not funny. It's douchey.
It's like prime,
you know, like
prime ECW, like, you know.
Like, you know, it's just like, yeah, whatever. Like, I mean, just something edgy, something a little bit more that taps into that hardcore generation. Don't have to go full deathmatch with it, but it'd be quite cool to have a street fight. Maybe have thumbtacks, maybe have something a little bit more edgy, or turn it into more of a UFC orientated thing like they tried to do with Raw Underground. But just there's a way of doing it and making it look good and making it look real. Whether they will do or not, I don't think so. Who will drop the C bomb first? I'll put my money on CM Punk. Or The Rock. They're the only two people I think who are edgy enough and dangerous enough who think they can get away with it. Everyone else too much of a professional. Michael Cole, not a chance. Michael P.S. Hayes might accidentally do it backstage. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I could see Michael Hayes doing it backstage because that guy is a stone cold racist. But
what about Drew McIntyre? Just Drew saying the C word.
Yeah, it's kind of charming when the Scottish do it, though, don't they? Like, you know,
they've got like
yeah, like, you know. Okay, whatever. Like, I don't know. Bring in Conor McGregor and have him effing and blinding on the show. That would be fun.
Yeah,
I would love to see that.
When you talk about that UFC like esque thing, there were two instances where there was a couple of instances where they tried to do that in like a match. They had Matt Riddle and Seth in like that sort of like a cage match, but not a cage match. It was like
I forget the stipulation.
I can't remember it. They couldn't escape it.
Be Matt Riddle.
Yeah, Timmy Thatcher. Yeah, I was going to say. I'm pretty sure the last one was Rollins and Riddle won it at Extreme Rules.
Yeah.
And then that's when Bray Wyatt came back, wasn't it?
Then they also have like Ronda versus Shayna in what was supposed to be like an actual fight, but it was just.
That was at SummerSlam, right?
Yeah, they just kind of gave him like an MMA rules wrestling, mate. You know, they kind of tried to find the balance. Again, full send it or don't. Like, those are the two women who could have legitimately gone out. Like, I actually thought that match was really good. Like, because it looked like a proper shoot fight for the most part, because those girls just put a lot of great MMA holds on. But if you're not an MMA or shoot fighting aficionado, you're not going to appreciate something like that, are you? So, and that's the biggest problem. WWE fans don't want to watch real fighting. Otherwise, they'd be watching UFC or boxing. And even then, most of that's fake too. So
slap fights.
So I love slap fights. I mean, they're gangster. So what we need is a full Survivor Series 5-on-5 MMA fight. That's what we need. Maybe at All Star. Maybe at All Star, I should just shoot on the Sears Syndicate and just beat the shit out of them. To be honest, if I'm going to go for anyone, it'd be that fucking whiny, lanky turd over there, Lazarus, whatever his fucking name is. States of your hair. Cut your fucking hair.
Do you remember that time you were in the Honey Pot Rumble and you had
Yeah.
You think he looks
Pit.
like right? You think Lazarus looks like Raj Al Ghul?
Well, you said Lazarus Pit. Well, you said Lazarus, so Lazarus Pit, Ra's al Ghul.
Should we like just so Money in the Bank's be done. So what we should do is everyone looking on my screen, there's a graphic behind me with 10 guys on it. There's a Long John Cross. I see you sneaking up behind me. Nice bush. Yeah, like that's a compliment. So he can't go on it. I love me some Cross. Yeah. Yeah, that's not how lists work. Apparently, there's been some confusion about how lists work this week as well. So is what it is. What it is. Rocket.
No, it's fucking done. You ask 4 fucking days in advance, and then you don't get put on the fucking list. Not the same fucking morning.
Fair enough.
Sort your lists out.
Sean McKenzie, very passionate about the in-joke at All-Star about lists, apparently. Yeah. So, yeah, Tanvir, you're not involved, obviously, at All-Star. You're the only one of us who isn't. So have a look at this match graphic behind me and tell me who you think all these people look like. In the meantime, what I'll do is I'll do.
I know.
This is where we need the soundboard. This is where we need the soundboard.
Well, hurry up. Well, test it out. Get it ready for the next one.
That's what I'm gonna do.
I can't think.
Do I need to start you off?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm getting Raoul Moat vibes from Lazarus.
Who?
Raoul Moat. Even Rog doesn't know who Raoul Moat is.
Can I just give like a full vibe?
Rog, yeah, go for it.
School shooters.
Fuck hell. That's me officially fired from ASW.
That's
like everyone looks like they could potentially like just
now, to be fair, I'll hold my hands up and say, yeah, I've absolutely got that look. Well, more of a plane enthusiast, but you know, like, come on, Long John Cross, look at this guy. He's way too nice to be a school shooter.
He's innocent.
Like Jimmy Swift ain't old enough to get into a school, much less shoot it up. Like, if anything, this geezer right here, he looks like a sex offender, not a school shooter.
What?
I have to say, in that photo, you do look extremely menacing. Like,
he's in the same one. That one there's it zoomed in, just next to me there.
I tell you what, we've got a much better version of Sean McKenzie's one. If you want to see it, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh boy, yeah, I know the one. Go on, show it.
100%. We want to see this.
Yes, we do. I think it's that one. Yeah, there we go.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so
beautiful.
Speaking of school shooters, now.
Have you got thumbs there, buddy?
Roger says, is it weird knowing that you're going to be in a match where essentially you're the only adult?
Yeah, you got the teenage sensation as my fucking.
I love how he said teenage sensation and pointed at Rog.
I can't fucking correlate. I'm putting that way. Like, it's just fucking.
Your microphone, Mackenzie, just spiked badly.
Fuck.
Yeah, fix your fucking mic, you idiot. Yeah, fuck me. That was awful. Yeah, basically, Sean McKenzie is a leprechaun, ladies and gentlemen. That's pretty much all I have to say. And Tanvir, as the brownest man in the history of Wrestle Plug, is apparently allowed to call everybody involved in the match I'm in a school shooter. So,
including Long John Cross.
Mackenzie, fix your fucking microphone.
What is going on with it?
Jesus, Lord Almighty! He's just screaming into it at the height of it's crazy.
I've turned it down.
That's much better. Yeah, that'll do. Thank God.
Gives off the vibe like he'd be the nice one and tell his friends like, "Don't come to school tomorrow."
Jesus. The thoughts of Tanvir are not directly correlated with any of our thoughts, as we are currently students of All-Star Wrestling South. I look forward to apologising to Joel Redmond in due course, and then subsequently being fired from my position at All-Star Wrestling South.
How did Miwa tie his hair back, or did he get a haircut?
Looks like I'll be begging for a booking at Savage after all. I'm joking. I'd honestly rather kill myself. Yeah.
Did Niwa get a haircut, or how did he tie his hair up? Because in the pic that you put up, zoomed in on his face reaction.
Oh, thank God. I was really worried you thought Niwa was in the photo behind me then. I was
Yeah,
like,
same here, probably.
yeah, so,
The pic that Sean
because
sent,
you
I
know
was
what?
like,
I
did
will
Niwa
not
tie his hair
tolerate
up, or did he-
any
did
level
he
of
cut his hair?
slander
'Cause it's been
towards
a
the
while
best
since I've seen
wrestler in
it.
the world.
He's just tied it up. You know, I can tell you how he did it. He got a hairband like from Tesco, and basically he just pulled
Literally
his hair
walked
back
in it. So he
and
goes
just
into Tesco,
fucking-
does he?
Yeah, he just
Niwa-
walks into Tesco,
Niwa
he gets
comes
a
into
fucking-
where you work, does he?
There's a Tesco down the road from where he lives. Basically,
Yeah.
gets a hairband. He ties his hair back, right, and he fucking just ties it, and then
There's loads of ways to tie your hair. Niwa's got long ass hair. We could probably braid it.
why don't you
He's got
message
beautiful
Niwa
hair
on
as well,
Facebook
he's got
and
beautiful-
find out?
I've seen it.
Well,
That's
I
why
mean,
I
he'd
picked
probably
that.
have more chance of chatting to him than your white ass would. But yeah, no, we'll have no slander of Niwa on this podcast. Thank you very much.
Where
Niwa
my
is a
Niwa's
god.
at.
Where's the settle yourself. Settle it. Yeah, you fucking better
Right,
bow
hang
down
on,
to the
hang
Maori
on.
warrior.
That's
fucking
6 for
king.
Tanvir. Right, the tally as we go right now is 10 for Nick, 6 for Tanvir.
I was gonna say I got plenty more, so he ain't beating me, the little
Next
cunt.
knows I've seen Niwa a few times.
Did you just interrupt me again? Where's your wrist fix? Right, you're in timeout for the next minute. Shut your fucking mouth. Right? Yeah. Careful, Mackenzie, because you're straddling that line and all. Right, so there is actually some fucking news. Good news, everybody. While Forbidden Door season might be over, as AEW looks ahead to All in London on August 25th. Yes, we are barreling towards that. AEW President Tony Khan has revealed that an NJPW star will be sticking around North America over the next few months. Khan announced on X that Tomohiro Ishii will be staying in AEW for the next few months, writing, "It's so great having the NJPW Global all-time legend Tomohiro Ishii here in AEW on Wednesday night, AEW Dynamite. Hashtag tonight. We love having Ishii here, and now he's going to stay here in AEW with us for the rest of summer 2024. AEW is on fire right now. Thank you all. God bless you all." You fucking dork. Like, you are literally, you tweet like a dork, mate. Like, fucking, just do me a favor, Tony Khan. I want you to run as hard as you can. I want you to sprint, like full send as hard as you can to the edge of a cliff, and then don't stop. Just keep going. See what happens. You fucking pillock. You can put that on the list. It's insufferable. The way he talks, like, it literally. Did you get to puberty and then they just put like a blocker on you or something? What happened? Like, you're such a little fucking dweeb.
I hate Tony Khan so much that I'm going to fuck this.
That's fine. That's absolutely fine. Like, I had a shit, so I can't really give out to you for leaving. Also, what is going on with his graphic now? Like, has he tried to replace you with some guy from Star Wars?
It looks like it.
Yeah, it's Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I'll tell you what, it looks like the graphic design of half the British indie scene right now.
Yeah.
Here's what you could have had. Here's what you actually do have. Shout out to the other Phoenix Championship. You know what? Fuck it. I just want to go in on this, right? So I happened to stumble across Rod Sears knows exactly what's about to happen here. So we work for Phoenix Pro Wrestling. We have a great time. It's a fantastic new promotion on the Isle of Wight. Not to be confused, of course, with the upcoming Phoenix Championship Wrestling, which I happened to peruse upon on Facebook earlier today. One of the big reasons it was brought to my attention is because literally Captain Stooge himself, Frankie T, who will honestly at this point work for a reincarnated Hitler, has somehow found himself booked for said Phoenix Championship Wrestling. Normally I don't like going in on startup indie promotions. I think it's really quite cool that people are trying to get companies off the ground. However, I must take slight issue with one of these posts. So, 5 days ago, I'll read it verbatim for you, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, this is a new promotion. They haven't they haven't actually started their promotion yet. However, very excited for this. Match card for first show, a total of 7 matches for you. Match 1. Triple threat, capture the case, the Bristol Panther 1 versus Matt Gap versus Bristol Panther 2. Winner can cash in and get a title shot. 2. I Quit match, Dwayne Gilling, Omira Championship, Psycho, all one word, Psycho versus Ollie, 3 point. Tag Team Championship, the UK Pitbulls versus 2 question marks. 4. Women's Championship
Women's! Only women's!
to be announced. First half, 15-minute interval. Second half, 5. Women's tag team to be announced.
More women's! Only women's!
6. Period. UK Tariff Gangster Championship Falls Count Anywhere. The America All-Star versus ? 7. Rumble. 8. Main event. Speckle Ref. Yeah, very much so. Speckle Ref match. Heavyweight Championship. Special Ref Ollie Frankie T with Psycho versus the Wonder Kid Johnny Storm. Congratulations, Johnny Storm, for getting out of that completely unscathed. So, Roger says, yeah.
I heard everything.
Update 8 hours ago on the Phoenix Championship Wrestling Facebook page, ladies and gentlemen. 1.3 Stages of Hell. 2 spaces. Psycho versus Kyrion the Batman. 2. Hardcore Championship match. ? Versus ? 3. UK Championship. ? Versus Champagne Charlie. 4. Tag Team ? Versus UKP. 5. Women's Championship ? Versus ? 6. Wemos Tag Team ? Wemos versus ? Space 7. Main event Falls Count Anywhere Heavyweight Championship match. Frankie T versus ? Who's excited for Phoenix Championship Wrestling's debut show? And congratulations, guys, on having 9 followers on Facebook.
Oh my goodness! I'm
Your microphone is blown out again. What's happened?
What's going on with this thing?
Don't get too close to it. I reckon is probably.
Right. Is that? I'll go.
No,
it's not great.
Awful.
Kenzie, you better do this to it.
Legit, that is more coherent than what I just read out. If I'm being honest.
You gotta fucking do it out.
So, for those who may be not in the know, I've had quite a lot of health problems lately with like TIAs, aneurysms, all that kind of stuff. I feel like this is probably the most aneurysm-inducing thing I've ever read in my life. And astonishingly, oh my god, my brain. Yeah, we're just going to talk until Sean McKenzie can work out what a microphone is. Also, I really appreciate the fact that since they've started and not done a show, they've changed their logo 3 times. Oh man. Yeah. So also shout out to Phoenix Championship Wrestling having 2 spaces between Phoenix and Championship. Therefore, really, really highlighting the importance of a championship. Also, there's a post here, 16th of May, breaking.news. New owners Lindell, Ollie, and Matt.
Okay, I've swapped my mic to this one here. Is that
that sounds better, yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, 29th of April, I should also bring you up to speed with a magnetic Tanvir, stop eating your microphone. What match, yeah, you'll love this. What match, stipulation, do you want to see on our first show main event to crown our first champion? No apostrophes, no periods. Tables, just tables. Street fight or looser leaves the company. I'll tell you what, mate. If it's about who's got the loosest asshole, then I'm in because oh boy, it's my asshole attack.
I mean, how can you on your debut show present a loser leaves the company match?
I mean, obviously the budget's a bit too high for the first one.
Lucky bastard loses and doesn't have to fucking come back, is by the sounds of it.
What I love is there's a post here with no context from the 17th of June, and all it says is literally nothing else. All it says is no picture, nothing. Just £8 for children, £14 for adults, £12 concession admits 1 carer free.
I mean, do posters and graphics not exist for this guy?
Are you selling something or are you offering that? Like, do you have children for £8, for instance? Do you have adults for £14? Do you have carers, not carers, carers? I don't know who this carer is, but apparently they're getting in free with a concession. I mean, I've got a concession to make. Holy shit, am I going to have a stroke reading this? Although the only 2 wrestlers to be announced actually 3 wrestlers have been announced via pictures, so why not? We should name these guys because they're fantastic talents, obviously. So This post from the 20th of June. The next wrestler is Frankie, T, Great wrestler and brings a lot. His match is going to be great. He is unique and he has an opportunity to become the first heavyweight champion. Can he do it? Who knows? Maybe he will have Psycho in his corner. This match is going to be an instant classic.
Instant?
I'm having like a stroke from hearing
Yeah,
that.
so am I. And I've already had one. Actually, no, I've had like 4 in the last I've had 4 mini strokes in the last fucking 7 months. I'm like, bruv, I still can't get over special reef Ollie, Frankie T with Psycho. I think my favorite one of all time is Weemon's tag team to be announced.
Weemons!
So 8 hours, just 8 hours ago, ladies and gentlemen, I have on very good authority. The next wrestler announced is Champinga Charlie. He is a great wrestler with a lot of talent. I have seen him win championship and lose it. What is he going to do for Phoenix Championship Wrestling? Who knows? But what we do is he will be in the Rumble with the opportunity to earn a title shot. I'm disappointed there wasn't more spelling errors in that one. And finally, just 7 hours ago, next wrestler announced is the Wonder Kid Johnny Storm, period, a great wrestler who brings a lot to, period, the table. He will be in the main event on the first show. He is great. We are very happy to have him on our shows.
Fucking hell.
That, ladies and
But
gentlemen.
didn't you say there was a match, the card announced, and it said Frankie T versus question mark in the main event?
Possibly. I mean...
Yes.
So has he pulled out?
Who, Frankie T?
No,
Frank,
no.
I was going to say,
Johnny
Frankie
Storm's in the... No, I know Frankie won't pull out of it, but Johnny Storm's in the Facebook posts and gone, nah, fuck that.
I mean, I really want to be the videographer for this company. Desperately.
Please tell me it's getting videoed so we can do a watch along.
I'm so excited about match number 5, Weemon's Championship question mark versus question mark.
Weemons!
Oh, you know what? My prediction for that one is that question mark is going to hit question mark with a questionable maneuver.
What I find amazing is how many different Weemos, like you've got the Weemon's Championship, then you've got the Weemos tag team after that. And I'm like
a whole new division. He just created a new division.
Well, created might
Two
be.
new divisions.
Yeah. 3 stages of hell, space, Seiko versus Kyrian the Batman. I find very fascinating. Who's Kyrian the Batman? Wait, I reckon Kieran Lacey's up to double duties again. What are you up to, mate? I know what you're up to here. Match 2, hardcore championship match, question mark versus question mark. So what is the hardcore championship match going to face an opponent of its choosing? Like, that's an interesting theory to me. I'm trying to don't forget to swallow, Rod. I'm fascinated by the sheer card. This is incredible. We should have just done the podcast. Nobody cares about Money in the Bank. It's all about Phoenix Championship Wrestling. I have no idea where they will be based. Interesting. In his bio, it says shows will be posted. Wrestlers, referees, ringside managers, mangers, announcers, commenters, matches on this page.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
I'm having what?
Seizure number 6. It's on its way.
It was created on January the 1st, and at that point, I realized that suicide was preferable. All right, so that's Phoenix Championship Wrestling. Stick that on the list, by the way.
January the 6th. Could we have?
I've added like 4 on the list just from this whole thing, so you're on 14 now.
I can feel my lower intestine collapsing. So yeah, let's talk about Stephanie. Let's talk about something far more exciting to look at. Stephanie Vacquer, who has apparently signed with WWE. The former CMLL and NJPW champion is set to debut with the United States-based promotion. No shit. But there's been some question about her status with CMLL ahead of her signing. According to the Wrestling Observer, Vacquer was under contract with CMLL, but the promotion and its partner NJPW knew that Vacquer would be negotiating with both AEW and WWE. However, both promotions asked that she still work the upcoming NJPW CMLL Fantastica Mania show. God, I'd love to see Phoenix Championship Wrestling spell that probably. In San Jose, California, and she has been advertised for the show. CMLL also asked her to lose her CMLL. I'm saying it slowly because if you say it quickly, you just end up having a seizure. Women's title on her way out, which is understandable. Vacquer signed with WWE, was unable to commit to the original Fantastica Mania show, and she vacated her title, leading to a three-way match, suit you, sir, for the CMLL Women's Championship taking place that night. CMLL and NJPW, a lot of fucking initials here, have already announced Vaqua's departure, which signaled her going to WWE, as AEW is a business partner of both companies and would have allowed her to complete her booked dates. Vacqua had a star-making showing, of course, against Mercedes Moné. I'm yet to see that match, so I'll be the judge of that, sweetheart. NJPW AEW Forbidden Door, which got the attention of AEW and WWE, with WWE now ready to introduce Vacqua to WWE fans in Mexico City on July 13th at the upcoming live event. Though it is not known when she will make her first appearance on WWE television, Vacqua joins former IWGP Women's Champion and Joshi star Julia, who also recently signed with the company and is set to debut in NXT at some point in the future. Tanvir, you're quite hot on this woman, aren't you? You think she's very good. I've not seen a great deal of what I have seen of her is fantastic. She looks incredible. Obviously, big star, big, powerful. It's just great. Seems to have all the tools. Is there apparently CMLL especially are quite pissed off about the way she went about handling this, but at the end of the day, she's got to get a coin, innit? Got to get a contract. If it's there, you take it. How far do you think she's going to go in this company?
It's hard to say, because I think the only
How do you think she will do in the WWE Raw Women's division?
I think she'd do well. I think the only thing that's potentially holding her back right now would be her promos, but I think she might have the same initiative like Julia, because Julia's been having like English lessons and all that, so that her promo skills get up to snuff. So I think that's gonna be the only thing holding Vakir back. But I think match quality wise, lots of like intriguing straight away off the bat, I could say Stephanie Vakir v Rhea Ripley would give straight away for me, would be a top tier.
Fair enough. Sean McKenzie, Roger Sears, how familiar are you with Stephanie Vacqua?
I mean, I don't watch a lot of like New Japan stuff or CMLL.
CMLL. Or as it's known at Phoenix Championship Wrestling, CM .com L.L. I assume.
Yeah,
I must apologize as well. They don't have 9 followers. They have 9 likes. They have 23 followers. So very impressive work, guys.
Yeah, I don't watch a lot of CMLL or New Japan Pro Wrestling, but regarding the whole like appearing on their PLEs still under WWE contract, that probably can happen, because that happened with Carl Anderson. Carl Anderson, when he got re-signed, he's still appearing.
You couldn't wait to say Wrestle Kingdom, could you? You couldn't wait to get your little fucking Japanese mark moment. Wrestle Kingdom, like some fucking autism-ridden New Japan lunatic. Like Wrestle Kingdom, Wrestle Kingdom did it first. You know that fucking episode
Carl
of
Anderson become a Tonga for the Never Openweight Championship.
Yeah, literally that. Like, careful now. Yeah, careful now. If Phoenix hear that, they'll fucking hire you in a heartbeat.
The squeezes count if he interrupts me, or is it just you he has to interrupt?
Yeah, no, fuck it. If he interrupts anyone, so get to squeezing, mate.
Get him out. Fucking Wrestle Kingdom dork.
Imagining your tits, Steve.
Frankie T in the last hour sent me 4 reels. You want to slow down, mate?
This one's fucking been erect since Sunday. Yeah, like not massive opinions really, because obviously I don't know who she is. Cool. I don't watch the product.
And obviously Roger Sears hates Mexicans, so we'll move on.
Yeah,
that's fine.
It's women, so you know.
It's I was going to say it's pronounced Weemons. Thank you very much. And now speaking of Weemons wrestling, Brian May won the Owen Hart Cup and then committed the ultimate betrayal in a gory AEW Dynamite ending this week as she turned on Zoe Stark. Now, I love it because there's all these marks who probably unwatchable going, hey, fucking, there's Storm. And I'm just like,
joke, you fucking
it's because Steve-O rather famously said that he got Zoe Stark and Tony Storm mixed up in the end of year awards, which never got released because ultimately it wasn't as bad as the Phoenix Championship Wrestling release, but it was pretty close. So yeah, like Roger's having a great time. He's just sitting there going, I'm not going to say anything because then I don't get buried. Because oh no, we're not going to get our PCW booking, bro.
Oh,
Shit.
shit.
Shit, brother.
I dread to think how he'd spell my name. Christ almighty. Let me tell you something, Aeron Nix. If you do not like women's wrestling, please, do you know what? If it's actually like a Nigerian or something, then I will pop my nuts off and I will absolutely work you for it. Because that is fucking baller. Because the concept of Weemon is cool as shit. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, no. Or maybe it's Weeman, like Weemons. Like maybe it's just tiny, tiny people.
Okay, and
Maybe it's like a dwarf thing. I don't know.
The guy runs it Scottish, right?
Yeah. Hey, fucking Weemon's division, Paul. Hey, let me tell you a wee something about Weemon's wrestling, lad. Hey, that Weemon's championship's going to be fucking great. Hey, fucking Ian Brew, get your ass in here, Paul. Get your fucking wee sign in there, shape bag.
Wait, is that a wrestler? Ian Brew.
Ian Brew. Yeah, oh, don't get me started. Oh boy, do not get me started. Honestly. Yeah, so fucking yeah, I good for Stephanie Vacquet. Get your fucking money, sweetheart. Also, you're really fit, so you can do whatever you want. That's the rules of life, right? If you're fit, you can do whatever you like. That's basically it, innit? Let's be real. Hot people get more options. Also Mariah May. Yeah, we were talking about that. Mariah May wins the honor. Mariah May's been great, actually.
Yeah.
I never really rated her work that much in the UK, but her stuff in AEW's been fucking phenomenal. And also, fuck me. just
Did you see the way she was whipping that belt? Fucking
Yeah.
hell.
yeah. Yeah.
She was
Phenomenal.
beating Tony like she owed her like money for like 3 weeks late on rent.
Like she owed her the Weemons Division Championship.
Weemons!
Weemons! Let me tell you something, Weemon! Fucking brilliant.
Jesus
I think I prefer the idea of it being a dwarf division. I really do. I really do. So, Tony Khan, AEW Collision tease is not for the biggest free agent signing, but we're excited. Deciding to give fans a break from discussing MJF's heel turn or Hangman Adam Page's bloodthirsty quest for revenge against Swerve Strickland, AEW aired a mysterious vignette this past Saturday on AEW Collision, which saw a young man jump through a portal, emerging from it with a mask. Naturally, many began speculating about the identity of the performer behind the vignette, with some suggesting Sammy Guevara, or AAA luchador Aerostar. I've actually got a photo of that guy. He was really cool. Or even free agent Ricochet. It's Prince Puma. Despite the fact that the vignette featured someone with hair. It still could be Prince Puma. Appearing on the Battleground podcast, no idea, on Wednesday, AEW owner Tony Khan was asked about the vignette and who might be behind the mask. Khan expressed excitement over the talent that the vignette got people talking, but seemed to suggest that fans shouldn't expect the subject of it to be someone they're overly familiar with. I think it's going to be great, Khan said. It's somebody I'm excited for, but it's not necessarily teasing the biggest free agent signing or anything like that, but it's a wrestler who we're really excited about, and it's cool to use vignettes to get people excited about introducing somebody to, yeah, that's generally the case with a vignette, you fucking moron. And I think it's going to be something really cool, because I have done so much cocaine, which is why I'm completely inaudible on said podcast. Khan's last quote suggests fans can expect another vignette featuring this mysterious figure to air sometime this week, either on AEW Dynamite or AEW Rampage or AEW Collision. Should it air, the vignette will join the laundry list of things happening with the promotion this week. Apparently my internet went. Don't care. Basically, Tony Khan's a dweeb. Any guesses as to who it might be? Tanvi, you seem to know people outside of WWE. Who could it be? Have you seen it? Have you seen this vignette?
Yeah, I couldn't give two fucks.
Fair enough.
There's too much talent in the fucking company. I couldn't give a shit.
I think they should bolster their Weemons division, but that's why I'm excited about this, because if he's as short as they say, he could potentially be a Weemon. Yeah, apparently Vince Russo reckons that Natalia is not being booked properly in WWE. Her contract is set to expire this summer, which has created uncertainty behind her level of interest in remaining with the company. Apparently, a lot of people think she might jump ship to AEW. Congratulations, you can cut terrible promos there instead. Speaking on Sportskeeda Wrestle Binge, fucking state of a name. What the fuck is that? The Sportskeeda Wrestle Binge. That sounds like some sexual move that I would do at one of my swinger parties. Yeah, like prepare for the women's division in the Sportskeeda Wrestle Binge. Russo claimed the reason for Natalia's poor booking is due to her lack of ability to advocate for herself, and she should be given more credit for being part of the Hart family in the industry. Yeah, because Vince Russo really did a great job of pushing the Hart legacy when Bret Hart arrived at his doorstep, didn't he? You literal man-child. Like,
Child, little bitch.
so, is Natalia poorly booked, or is she just shit? It's a question.
Just doesn't have any charisma.
That is an understatement.
There's not much about her other than the fact that she's a Hart. That's it, really. She's part of the
she's very pretty. She's a very good technician. But like, you know, look at the other women in the division. Sorry, Weemon. They're just so bloody impressive to look at. The way they talk, the way they present themselves, the way they dress, everything. The way they present themselves on their social media. If you watch them on their social media, they have so many layers to what they're doing. Natalia apparently just posts hot pictures with her sister who's got an OnlyFans. I'm all for that, trust me. Like, but I'm just like, is that it? Is that all I'm getting? Yeah, she's pigeonholed herself by being the good hand, you know, the person, you know, she's the go-to woman in that division. And that's great. But that means that you're the person who is always the accessory to the person who's going to be the star. That's all that is. That means that, you know, and she's not Daniel Bryan, is she? That's the problem here. She wants to be the female Daniel Bryan, but that's not working. She would probably be better off going to AW, collecting a shitload of money and sitting in catering, talking about Weemons.
Yeah. Talking about cats.
I know what they're talking about. Yeah. Oh, yeah, she likes cats as well, so I don't trust her.
But you're Egyptian.
I know, it's funny, isn't it? I'm like Egyptian. I hate cats. They're just shit animals, man.
They are. They really are.
They are. They're just shit. They don't do anything. They're fucking wank. They shit. They
stare at you licking their assholes.
I was gonna say, if I want a midget to fucking stare a hole through me while having a shit, I'll go back to Prague. Like, you know, there are plenty of strip clubs that service that potential for me. I don't need to fucking buy an animal that's going to do it every day. It's a novelty to me, you know. I want to see a dwarf shitting themselves maybe once or twice. Like, I don't want to fucking have it every day. And I sure as hell don't want to clean up after said dwarf, especially if they're in a cage.
If I wanted a midget to stare a hole through me, I'd book Steve-O.
Yo, if I want a midget to put a hole in me, mate, then Little Legs will fucking get the booking. Until then, like, put Little Legs on the list. I actually like Little Legs. But, you know, put him on the list. I'm sure he would charge me an astronomical amount of money to shit a hole through me, but yeah, it's neither here nor there. To be honest, the fucking holes are appearing everywhere at this point. But yeah, more holes in there than there is in a Taiwanese strip club. But
it's
keep going. 17. Come on. Absolutely astonishing. Yeah, I don't really care. I don't really give a shit. Like, living is a chore as it is, so I don't give a fuck. Like, go to AEW and make money. I don't give a shit. Yeah, for all my procrastination, I'd still take a whopping paycheck to work at AEW because I know I wouldn't have to do fuck all. If anything, I'll probably be working harder than most of their fucking division because I'd have to make graphics every day, not wrestle once a month. I'm pleased for Will Ospreay. He's doing really well. You know, I'm happy for Will. MJF is cool. And there are another assortment of people that are half decent. Couldn't name many of them, but Willow's really good. I like Willow Nightingale. She's really cool. She's fucking awesome. She's lovely. And she deserves every bit of her success. Oh, don't give it. Is that the one who does the...
Oh, Daniel Garcia.
Yeah, I don't get what's the point. He looks very suspiciously like Channing Tatum.
A bit, yeah, I can see that.
Yep. Yeah. Okay, fair dude.
Eddie Kingston's out injured.
Oh, that's why the promos aren't that good.
Pac.
Yeah, Pac. Yeah. So unsurprisingly, jobbed out. I mean, all right, he lost to Bryan Danielson, so it's like, cool. He lost to a very credible opponent, but it's like, cool. If you don't put him on the Wembley card, fuck off.
Yeah,
fuck off. He didn't get to wrestle last year. No, he wasn't. He was injured.
We need Pac versus Will Ospreay for the.
Well, apparently they're teasing Will Ospreay versus MJF.
Yeah, they're doing that next week on Dynamite apparently, but everybody knows it's going to be screwed up and they'll push it back to Wembley.
Yeah, if It's WCW is a calling.
Yeah.
Anything anyone wants to talk about before we wrap it up?
Women's.
Yeah, we want to talk about Weemon's division. I'm going to put them on notifications because I'm desperate to see what they write next. Truly amazing. Yeah.
Phoenix Championship Wrestling, is it?
Phoenix Championship Wrestling. You can't miss it, mate. It is the talk of the town. I mean, the fact that it has sports promoter on there, oh boy, is that a loose use of the term. I'm fascinated by the concept of the Omira Championship, one word. 2, I quit match Dwayne Gilling, Omira Championship Psycho.
Don't know what the fuck it is, but
No idea. It could be an Italian menu for all I know. Yeah, no. I must admit, all jokes aside, very excited for a UK Championship ? Versus Champagne Charlie.
Champagne.
Champagne.
What
No,
you got?
Champagne?
Senpai?
Shut up, you dork.
I
That's
don't
an
know
anime reference, innit? That's
I
an
don't
anime.
know-
I bet that's an anime reference, innit? You
Right,
fucking derp!
I've stumbled across who this page follows.
Oh, that should be
and-
fascinating.
Okay,
Then you say
start
stumbled
off-
across. How does one stumble across going on their
Yeah, you've
page,
been-
tapping
you've
on
been
what they're
searching.
following and looking at it? Like,
So on the top,
saying you stumbled across that is like me saying, "Oh, I stumbled across a wank today." Like,
exactly.
not
Like,
plausible.
You did it on purpose.
And then I
exactly.
stumbled across it another 2 times before I did this podcast.
My
Weird that.
hand, my
Yeah,
hand tumbled
right.
down my pants,
So,
tumbled to my cock and jerked.
right,
Literally,
here's the list. We'll start
Gonna
from
be
the
speaking
top.
German. Go for it.
On the top is Jay White.
What
Not the wrestler Jay Watt, the immortal promoter.
Jay Watt?
Jay
No
Watt.
idea. No idea.
John Legend, the singer, obviously.
Really?
The singer, yeah. Steven
What?
Seagal.
Oh, I mean, that's an elite performance. Oh, can we have Steven Seagal at Phoenix Championship Wrestling?
Wayne Rooney.
He would be a great addition. I'll tell you what, he's a Weemon. He could fucking get in there easy. Go on, Wayne.
Iron Maiden.
What, all of them, or are you just putting in the lead singer?
Just Iron. Just
Is that
just
for the Survivor
Iron
Series
Maiden.
match? Yo,
No,
can we
it's-
wrestle? Yo, can All-Star wrestle Iron Maiden in a Survivor Series?
Anthony Hopkins.
Cool.
What is? What do you mean? Who?
Christ.
I said cool.
Who?
No, I said cool.
Oh, I was gonna say you better fucking watch your whole mouth
Mate,
around
Anthony
here.
Hopkins, mate.
Yeah,
That's
fucking
right.
amazing.
Hannibal
Dude.
Lecter,
This
he's
one's
I say
performed
they got a fair amount of taste, to be
I
honest.
love
This
that.
one's interesting, and this is who they
Is
might.
this company
put in the
run by
open.
Wayne Rooney and we just don't realize it?
Jason Statham.
Yeah, Roger
Yeah,
Sears.
hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's what
Roger Sears looks like Jason Statham.
He does a bit.
the Bournemouth Jason Statham.
But he's like
Fucking hell.
if you ordered Jason Statham on Timo, but Timo couldn't come through with the order, so you just went down the local Dorset shop and bought Jason Statham.
Jason from Wish.
Scott Adkins. I got no idea who that is.
No idea.
Lukaku.
Are you sure he's not
Romelu.
Scottish admins and they just got it wrong?
Romalu.
Yeah,
Romelu Lukaku.
Yeah, they follow.
Oh,
Lukaku.
no, I'll tell you what, I'd pay good money for them to spell that. Oh, boy.
God.
Lionel Richie.
Weemon's Romelu Lukaku.
Good old Lionel Richie.
Yeah.
Leonel Rich. Yeah,
Lionel
he's good.
Rich, yeah. And Roberto Carlos RC3. No idea.
You
Fucking
don't know
hell.
about Carlos.
Of
What?
course he doesn't. He doesn't know anything about football.
I
'cause
don't
he's
know.
a dog.
I don't know jack shit about
Hey.
football. I don't like football.
The
There you go,
greatest
that-
free kick in the history of football, mate.
So that is
Brazil versus France. Le Tournoi. Oosh. Beautiful. Was it 40 yards? Oh, fucking spooge, mate.
Yeah.
That'll be wank number 4 when we're done here. Beautiful.
Oh,
Yeah. As I've always said, Phoenix Championship Wrestling, your Weemon's division. A tricky wank, but not impossible. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching the Wrestle Plug podcast. For any of you who've got this far, leave a comment below and let us know that you are honestly dying of some terminal disease, because I am. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. From myself, from Roger Sears, from Tanvir, and from Sean McKenzie. We will see you very soon for more chat and illustrious conversation about Weemon's Wrestling.
Woo.
Oh, by the
fucking
way,
kill
you're
myself.
on 20.
20, that's not bad. How many did Tanvir finish on?
7.
Oh, okay. Well, we're not talking about body count when it comes to children, at least.